or exemplary use of English, of the English language. Certainly, metaphors and alliterations should be known as effective examples of the English language uses. Toastmaster.
Okay, now Mr. Grammarian, do you have a word of the day?
Yes, the word of the day is phantasm. It's a noun and it means a figment of the imagination or an illusionary likeness of something.
Whoa, can you put that in the chat? I didn't get that one.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I think he said phantasm, and I'm like, oh, that's phantasmally suspicious.
Yeah,
My simple sentence for us is, my mind must be playing tricks on me because I keep seeing phantasms.
Oh,
I
okay.
keep seeing phantasms.
All right then.
Nice.
Yeah, put that one in the chat so I can keep it open and follow along and
Yeah.
see how I can use
Is it similar to delusions? That's what I see. I have delusions.
it.
But now I can say I have phantasms.
There you go.
Okay, the next person to introduce, I don't think, do we have an odd counter? I don't. You're the odd counter as well?
Use it.
Well, go ahead and tell us about your role as an odd counter.
Go, Oren. Woo! Woo! Look at your cheerleaders, Oren. You got cheerleaders back here.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. As the on counter, I keep track of all words and sounds used as pause fillers by members during the meeting. These words may be actual ahs, or they may be words such as well, you know, or so. And at the end of meetings, the odd counter may either report on which member used the most filler words or which member used no filler words. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Oren. Appreciate that explanation of the odd counter. Unfortunately, I did not give you the bell before I left town. Elaine doesn't want me to use the bell, but I'm sure Oren and I are the same mind, and you don't mind using the bell, would you, Oren?
You would not use that bell, will you, Oren?
Okay, move. Oren, he could take the political way out. He's not gonna say a word.
Yeah, he pleads the fifth.
Okay, the next person is the journal evaluator, who is Elaine. And let's please welcome James, since he's here with us and joined us. Hello, James.
Welcome, James.
Yay, James.
Glad to have you visiting with us.
Oh, yeah, my mic's open now. I just want to say, yeah, hello to everyone, and thanks for the invite, Lamont.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you for coming. Okay, Elaine, go ahead and explain your role.
Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and our distinguished guests. As the general evaluator, I will be paying close attention to the flow of the meeting and all of the activities, and I will report with my team at the end of the meeting how well we did. And I will ask that everyone pay close attention to all of the parts of the meeting, and I'm looking forward to an excellent meeting. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Elaine. The next person will be the timer, and that's Herman.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. As timer this evening, I will keep track of time from the time the meeting starts until the time the meeting ends. And specifically, different sections of the meeting have different time limits. Each speech has an acceptable time frame, and tonight's speeches are both tonight's speech is 5 to 7 minutes. The Toastmaster education is probably somewhere around 5 minutes. It is the timer's responsibility to keep track of the time, correctly set the timing machine to signal the speakers regarding how much time they have left, and if required, inform the chair when time limits for a certain meeting segment have been met. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Herman. And the next person will be Herman again as the table topics master.
As table topics master, I will issue topics to each one of you. And James, you can see how it's done. And at the end, we'll ask if you would like to participate. It's up to you. You can participate, or you can elect just to observe what's going on. Anyway, most table topic master tries to choose questions that promote fun, are newsworthy, or are seasonal. An effective table topics master makes sure that those members who do not have a major role in the meeting are first asked a question. The chair and speakers should be the last people asked to answer a question. And I will ask the question and then ask for your response. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Herman. We appreciate that succinct definition for us. Next will be the joke master. Did we get anyone to volunteer for that?
Good, Oren was working hard this afternoon.
Go ahead, Oren.
He's working on it on his second full
Yeah.
circle. He did it all in 2 meetings.
Okay.
The role of the joke master is to find a suitable joke and then present it at the appropriate time, usually at the end of the first half of the meeting. Mr. Toastmaster?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, he would conduct it now.
Oh, he can do it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Have at it, Oren.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you a tale from back when I was back in elementary school. So you know how, like, when you're like little kids in preschool, like they have like nap time? Well, when I was in elementary school, when I got a bit older, we would go to the computer room, it would be dark. And sometimes, like usually once or twice every week, I would just fall asleep to the computer room. So like during the, like while she's like introducing what we're supposed to be doing, I just fall asleep. And that's not the funniest part because they would have to call my mom to come over and then wake me up. And apparently, according to her, I was a loud sleeper then. So
Dang, Oren, I don't want you to fall asleep in my house.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's
Orange.
a
Very
good
good.
one.
You know, now this is a real story. I was being interviewed for a job in a senior level position in the company, and the person interviewing me I guess he had narcolepsy. How do you pronounce it?
Whatever you call it, yeah.
But he fell asleep in the interview. What should I do? Should I wake him up or just sit there until he wakes up on his own and pretend nothing happened?
Just start talking louder.
No, actually, I pretended I fell off my chair.
Oh.
And that woke him up.
That's terrible.
Okay, we
Okay,
digress.
thank you. Those were good.
Yep.
Now it's time for the best part of the meeting for me, and that is our speaker. I do apologize for KJ because I did not brief your introduction. So if you can give the introduction for me, I certainly would appreciate it before Herman starts timing your speech.
Now I see that she's disappeared, so we'll have to give her a moment or two to, I don't know if her, because she had said she had to get her her battery, so I don't, wait a minute, my phone just went off and I'm sure it must be her. Oh, she says her computer is not working properly. Let's give her a,
Well, I tell you what, why don't we do this? Why don't we just take a 5-minute break? Or unless Herman would like to go ahead and do
the education part first.
Yeah. How about that, Herman?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm trying to get to it.
Are you trying to do a screen share?
Well, what I did is I had this material on a separate drive, and I had it plugged into the computer.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I went to plug in my headset, I unplugged the drive. and then I'm wondering, where the heck did the drive go?
Happens to the best of us.
Okay, now I will try to share my screen.
Okay. You got it.
Can you see it now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. The background on this is when I did VP membership training last month. I was talking to those in the who were VP of membership about if they have guest packets and if they have packets for new members. And one of the members said, well, what he always does is he always meets with each new member and he goes over this document that I have up here. And so he emailed it to me and he said he makes sure that the new member understands a little more about pathways by looking at this document. Well, the one he gave me was the old one that only had the 10 paths. So I called Toastmasters International, left a message with the education people, wanting to know how I can get a current copy of that. Lo and behold, the next day they emailed the new copy to me, and I thought I would go through this a little bit and discuss it briefly with you, how you have at the high level, you have 11 paths, and each of them work on 2 or more of the competencies. Engaging humor and presentation mastery only focus on public speaking, and as a result, the confidence that you gain by working through the program. The others vary with the core competencies that are covered. It's either interpersonal communication, strategic leadership, or management. And listed here are the 11 paths. And then if you go to the next page, it breaks down each path. It shows you what is required in level 1. If you notice, all of the projects listed for level 1 are required. For level 2, learning your style, same way there's 3 projects and they're all required to complete level 2. When you get to level 3, you notice there's one, maybe two required projects. And then over on the right are electives that you can choose. In the case of level 3, you choose 2 electives. So that gives you a little variety. You can start digging into something that really sort of floats your boat or interests you. And with building skills, in this case, you choose 1, same, that's at level 4. And with level 5, you choose 1. So I've got the current copy and I'm going to email that to everybody. It's a PDF. And I think it would be helpful for anyone as they work through pathways to, to reach level 5 and eventually, hopefully, earn your DTM. The other thing I wanted to cover, I'll stop sharing here, and hopefully can you see that?
Yes, we can.
Most of us are familiar with this. However, with pathways, the agenda that we have on our website, when you sign up to be a speaker, you can choose the path you're working on, or specifically the project, which is by path. And when you do that, what you see circled here, this button gets highlighted. And if you click on that, that will bring up the evaluation form that's required for that specific speech. What I found interesting with that today is I had clicked on that and I had printed it off since I had signed up to evaluate Kanisha's speech. And she had emailed me an evaluation form, but it was for an entirely different speech. And so I called and I left her a message. I said, well, if you look at it, the evaluation form that you sent me is not for the project that you're working on. It's for a completely different project. And she says she doesn't know where she got it, but it certainly wasn't for understanding your leadership style, which is what her speech is about tonight. So that's also, I think, very, very handy, and it helps the club and the members and the evaluators out a whole lot, either to allow them to download that evaluation form, or for you to download it and email it to them. And again, what really helps is if you fill this out, because what happened, this was with the old manuals, where one of our members lost track of a speech she did, could never find it anywhere. And if you, whenever you speak, if you put in the project that you're working on, speech title, that helps a whole lot, especially with the VPE, who's keeping up on how you're doing in the different levels. So any questions on any of this? Comments?
I'd like to make a comment for the sake of our visitor, because I believe this is the very first Toastmaster meeting he may have ever attended. And the purpose of the meetings gives each Toastmaster an opportunity to practice different competencies. And the major competencies that we get graded on are our speeches, whereas the other competencies that we develop, such as what Oren did, he gave us a word of the day, so that we can practice building vocabulary. There are also competencies that we gain through being what we call the art counter. He expressed that as well, so that we would know when we are using a lot of crutch words and not speaking with the flow. So when you come to the first meeting, we are trying to give you a little bit of an understanding of what this meeting is all about. And Herman has done a marvelous job of explaining all of the different projects that have been written by Toastmasters International to help you with different skill sets. And I just finished my dynamic leadership. So I just wanted to bring that up. It can be kind of hard and daunting to follow
Yeah.
first here. And thank you for doing that, Herman.
Thank you, Herman.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, I see Kanisha is apparently still having computer problems because she has not joined us.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it then. She hasn't sent me another message. I told her we were gonna let Herman go first,
Mhm.
but she must be working on trying to get it up and running.
Okay, well, things happen.
Yep.
So at this point, I would suggest that we go on to table topics,
I
Okay.
agree.
unless you guys want to take a break.
Nope, let's go to table
A
topics.
break, okay.
All right, table topics this evening. I can also time that.
Oh, do you want some help? I can time it as well.
Oh, it's not a problem timing it.
Okay,
Okay. In 1886, pharmacist John Pemberton developed a medicinal drink from carbonated water and extract of cola nuts and cocoa leaves, which he called Coca-Cola. The Shell Oil Company began as a novelty store that sold seashells. More than 600,000 new businesses are started each year. If you started your own business, what would it be? What would you name it? Toastmaster Oren Love.
whoa.
Yeah, or you don't have to talk about all the 600 businesses you would start, just one.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or have you thought about starting a business?
I would say I haven't started a business, but I do remember back in my sophomore year of high school, we no, not my sophomore year, my junior year, we did a project where we had to make a logo design for a company that we made up.
Oh,
So the one that I came up with was Tiger Games, and essentially the logo was essentially two halves, one black, one orange, and the orange had silhouette of a Tasmanian tiger, and the black had silhouette of a tiger, and essentially it would have been a video game development studio. That was a business serving that I thought of for that assignment. But I guess now it's more of a fantastic in my head than anything. Tail topic master.
thank you very much. Very good.
You took the words out of my mouth. That must have been a phantasm.
Yeah. Yeah, and he used the word of the day.
Yes, he did.
Birds and crickets are kept as pets in Japan. The Inuit people of northern Canada take in bear cubs and seal pups. Abraham Lincoln tamed a pet turkey named Jack. The Roman Emperor Nero had a tiger he called Phoebe. Calvin Coolidge domesticated a donkey named Ebenezer. What is the most unusual pet you have ever had? Toastmaster Lamont Curry.
Thank you, Mr. Tabletop Master. To my fellow Toastmasters, I must admit that the most unusual pet I ever had was a rock, a pet rock. Now, that was a fad several decades ago. Warren, you could have started that business. All you had to do is go in the backyard and pick up a bunch of rocks. It's all in the marketing. Now, but I really fell in love with my rock. Her name was Sheba. She was such a beautiful rock. And I just don't know what happened, what separated us, because Sheba eventually disappeared, never to be seen again. But Sheba, I want you to know that I love you and I think about you often. Mr. Tabletop Master.
Boy, that phantasm could have got you in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. All right. People are not permitted to roller skate on the streets of Quincy, Massachusetts. In Hanford, California, it's illegal to stop children from jumping over puddles. It's unlawful for people in Gary, Indiana, to go to the theater after eating garlic. If you could make a new law or eliminate an existing law, what would you do? Toastmaster Elaine Curry.
Mr. Tabletopics Master, my fellow Toastmasters, and of course, our distinguished guest. If I could make a new law, it would be that every person, when they are born, I'm going to mute everybody because we've got some background noise. If I could make a law, I would make a law that would enable every newborn to be given a bank account. That bank account will be subsidized by the US government, starting with $1 million. Now, I know that sounds really, I don't even know how to break that word, phantasmal. However, I want you to know that in Abu Dhabi, the average amount per individual is something like 75 million. If they can do that, why can't I have a law that at least allows me to start with $1 million? There will be some restrictions. Children cannot buy candy. Adults cannot buy liquor. And men and women cannot prostitute the money. So you'll have to do something good with your $1 million. And you'll learn early, because that will be in your bank account. And the first words that you will be taught by your parents, your guardian, or whoever it is that's around: million, million, million. Mr. Tabletopics Master.
Well, that certainly was a phantasm there. Just to let you know that even though the per capita income in Abu Dhabi may be 75 million, the people don't have the money.
Whatever.
Well, Herman, do you want to see if Jane would like to answer table topics question? You're on mute, Herman.
Oh, that's right, because I had muted everybody. Sorry.
Even as a co-host, she lets it go to her head. I didn't realize I was muted while I'm yakking away. James, are you interested in trying, or you happy with observing?
Yes, let me try a table topic.
All right, go
all right.
James. Yay.
Okay, here's one I think is perfect for you. Called the father of modern philosophy, Frenchman René Descartes was a 17th century thinker, mathematician, and scientist. In 1620, Descartes came up with his most famous statement, "I think, therefore I am." The thought occurred to him as he warmed himself by a stove while serving in the military in Germany. What is your favorite place to think?
I think my favorite place to think is in my study. That's where all my books are. That's where my daily bread reading is. And I also am able to have prayer there. So my home study is my place of refuge and my place of thinking.
Awesome.
Very good.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah. Now, I guess my mind was in the gutter because my favorite place of thinking is on the toilet.
Place to think is where? Did you say the toilet?
Yeah.
Yeah. On the throne.
Thank you for making it a little.
That's probably where the word phantasm came from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
Where were you
goodness.
when you came up with that word?
Well done.
All right.
Well done.
Well, we
Well,
finished table topics. I guess what
just-
we could
I
what we
sent a
can do.
text.
Oh,
No, I was
No?
just going to say, I sent a text to see if her
Hey,
computer
there's
was
Neva.
working. Oh, there's
Yeah.
Neva.
Hello, Neva.
hello, Neva.
Hey, Neva. Maybe she has a speech in her back pocket to fulfill because I don't even have an answer from Kanisha. So I hope her phone
Well,
is.
now, Kanisha sent me her speech title. So she may still have computer problems, but she did respond.
Oh.
Now-
So, Neva, do you have a back pocket speech you can give? Because Kanisha's computer went out and she was supposed to speak.
Well, we won't put Neva on the spot like that.
Okay, we won't put Neva on the spot.
If anybody should be put on the spot, it's probably you, Elaine.
No, it shouldn't be.
Uh,
I can
Immediate
definitely,
past regional advisor.
Whatever. Go ahead. Neva's talking. Let her talk. Say what,
no,
Neva?
I could definitely do a speech about Corona.
Oh. Well, so we have 5 minutes. You want to go for
Corona
it?
cigars.
That-
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Yeah,
That's what I've been
got-
dealing with.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, you talking about Corona?
oh, now I'm
Corona.
real bright. Whoa.
Yeah, you are. Okay. Okay, well, why don't we do an introduction, and tonight, which is the form of Toastmasters, we should be ever ready. And ever ready means that either we have a back pocket speech so that if we find ourselves needing to give one, we have it available, or we are able to take a speech we've already done before for a different audience and share it with this audience. So I want to introduce to you our Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster. And, oh, she said I had to restart everything. It's trying to pull up. I had a whole PowerPoint. Oh dear. Okay, if she comes, we can let her do her speech as well. So tonight, we have the privilege of having our distinguished Toastmaster, Neva Nichols. Go for what you know, Neva. Tell us about that Corona.
Good evening, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and if we have any honored guests.
We do.
We do.
This evening, I would like to discuss the way Corona can attack and you are totally clueless. I have been vaccinated and I have been boosted. I always am very careful about being in the public with my mask on. Recently, I have been looked at with very sometimes disparaging looks, like, why do you still have your mask on? Well, it's a personal choice. I choose to live as safe as possible. I choose to be healthy as safe as possible. And I choose to continue wearing my mask. This is 2022. I probably will not be unmasked until 2025, is how I'm looking at it now. I had become lax in not wearing my mask in private settings. And I always ask you, I'm sorry if you be offended or whatever, have you been vaccinated? If you have not been vaccinated, please stay away from me. Don't take it personal, just take it as my life choice. However, I was invited to, I don't even know what was it. Oh, a going away party. A young lady is going to live in Nashville. She has received her doctorate in pharmacy. So she will be doing an internship at Vanderbilt University. I'm very excited for her, wanted to congratulate her and wanted to eat some food. However, when I entered the place, there were maybe, I'm going to say maybe 10 or 12 people. The culprit, at the time I didn't know the culprit, when I came in, sat at the table and began to eat, the culprit was sitting on my right side. And we're just having a normal conversation. Then somebody else, the culprit removed herself and someone else sat there. Now this is on a Saturday night. So Sunday, and I had already had some challenges a couple of weeks ago because I had taken a COVID test because I was just not feeling well. I just felt achy and cold and congestion and all of that. Took the COVID test, came back negative. Yay. So this was on a Sunday. This was on a Saturday. Sunday, I'm just not feeling good. Monday, chills, temperature, head hurting, I'm looking at a list of COVID symptoms, and if it was 10 of them, I had 8 of the symptoms. Tuesday, it got so bad, I just got up and said, I got to go to urgent care, either urgent care or ER. And it's because I could not bring the fever down. I'm in the car on the way to urgent care, and it was the day that I had to vote. So I stopped by to vote first. Now I'm stopping to give other people COVID as I'm on my way to urgent care because I got to vote. I got to do my civic duty, right? And I'm praying, Lord, please don't let me have COVID. I don't want to. And nobody in the voting poll, the workers, did not have on a mask. See, that's how stuff gets transferred because I didn't know that I was positive. I felt positive, but I didn't know it. Nobody in there had on the mask. Well, I had on a mask. I left there, went straight to urgent care. I don't know what it is about hearing the actual words. I took the test at the urgent care center, and then they contacted me about 3 hours later. Why was it so devastating to hear them say the P word? I was absolutely like, really? I'm positive? Really? And so I've been on lockdown ever since then. And I took another test this past Sunday. I'm still positive, but there's so much confusing information because I was told by the healthcare individual, you're good after 5 days. Now they're saying if you're not exhibiting any more symptoms, you're good after 5 days, and you can go back to work after 5 days as long as you, now get this, as long as you're not exhibiting any symptoms and you're good to go back to work. And that's why I think COVID is continuously killing people because they're telling people this. And so what it is, I found out doing this event that you can have COVID, you can test positive for COVID up to 90 days. But I may not have it, I may not, am giving it to anybody, but I can actually test positive for the next 90 days. So that's why they're saying that the antigen is still in your body. And so that's why they are allowing people, the CDC is allowing people to go back to work. And I think that is just so deadly. It's just going to continue. First of all, by people who don't even know that they're positive. Second of all, people who are not going to go back and get a second test. So I'm on my 3rd test because I want to make sure I'm supposed to start. Well, was supposed to start a job this Monday and I didn't go. She just contacted me and asked, well, Neva, you think you'll be able to start Monday? And I am going to go get a test now and take another test before I tell her yes, because I'm not comfortable just putting others at risk. COVID is for real. COVID is not going anywhere anytime soon. Protect yourself and protect others. Thank you.
Wow. Well, thank you for that education, because you hear all kinds of stories about what to do when you get the P word from the results. It's got to be devastating. It's got to be frightening and scary. And yeah, thank you for sharing that, Nita. That was great. Okay, Lamont, as Toastmaster, have you heard any? You want to make sure yours don't come through the computer.
Oh, me. Only Lamont.
Lamont say, you still dangerous.
I take her words very serious.
Too much.
Well, good people, that was an excellent speech.
Yes, it was.
Not only did you give us a thrilling story, unfortunately, it was true.
Right, right.
I wish it was a phantasm
Yeah,
in your mind that we would have COVID for 90 days, but I think it's reality.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
Well, that being said, I don't think KJ will be able to join us today.
yeah.
So I would suggest we just move on.
Oh, wait, Herman has his hand up.
Yeah, I forgot to ask for the vote for the best
Oh,
speak,
for the
for
table
best
topics?
table topics.
Okay.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
I did, my latest message from KJ says, no, I had to restart. Everything is trying to pull up. I had a whole PowerPoint. So her computer must be
Yeah.
moving slow on top of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
okay.
Oh, there
Oh,
she
look,
is.
Look, there she, yay, persistence.
Okay, why
Awesome.
not, before, KJ, can you, do you want to do the speech today?
Good.
Okay,
We're just gonna vote for the table topics and then he'll let you, he'll introduce you for the speech.
okay, send your vote, go into chat and send your vote to Orin.
To
For,
Orin or to Herman?
Herman,
Herman did the
Oh.
table topics.
no, Orin is a sergeant at arms.
Oh. Okay,
That's who, correct, Herman? Isn't that what we normally do?
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, go to Orin and send the best, your vote for the best table topic speaker. Let us know, Orin, when you get the votes in. It's only 5.
Right.
I am missing 2 people's votes. I mean, I'm missing a vote from James.
Well, James may not know how to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Okay, we'll go with what we got. Okay, now it's the time that we've been waiting for with great anticipation, and that's Kinesia. KJ. And now I can't pull up my,
Will you take that mask off?
no. KJ speech. I'm keeping my speech. I'm keeping my mask off.
I am no longer infected. I
Wait a
pray.
minute. He's in the library in Memphis. That's why he's doing it.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
That neighborhood we live in, the internet and the whole neighborhood went out. Okay, KJ's speech today will come from the Dynamic Leadership Styles, Lesson 2, Module 1. The title of her speech is My Visionary Walkthrough. So without further ado, I assume this is a 5 to 7 minute speech, KJ?
Yes, it is 5
Okay.
to 7.
Okay, without further ado, we will now turn the screen over to KJ.
Can everyone see my screen and hear me okay?
Yep.
Yes.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. My name is Kanisha Jaleen. And before we jump into anything, show of hands, Where are my natural leaders at? Just a quick show of hands. All my natural leaders. Okay, okay. Now go ahead and keep your hand up
Oh,
if you know exactly what your leadership style is.
oh.
Okay, okay, this is good to know. Hold on to that thought. Duly noted. Hold on to that thought. Because today I present to you my visionary walkthrough. And the purpose of this presentation is to give you a roadmap of what I envision my future to look like, along with the leadership styles that back up my vision. And I gotta be honest, fellow Toastmasters and our guests, I had no idea what my leadership style was prior to joining Toastmasters. So I'm pretty excited to share my findings with you all today. But first things first, where am I headed? Now, I believe wholeheartedly that each and every one of us has a place here in this world. We all have a God-given purpose, a mission for us, something that we have to accomplish while we're here. The mission, the vision, the goal, the dreams that we have in our hearts, it's not for us. No, the mission, the vision, the goals, and the dreams is to help and serve other people. You see, because I believe wholeheartedly that someone's transformation, someone's breakthrough is connected to my testimony. It's connected to my story. And I'm called to help others see the light and become the highest, most vibrant version of themselves. You know, I always felt called to do more, but I wasn't sure of how or where to get started. I had to get clarity on what it is that I truly want. And there was one F word to just sum everything all together as to what I wanted. And that F word is freedom. Freedom to do more of what I love. Freedom to make more money doing what I love. Freedom to set my own hours, just taking the limits off life and being free. This is exactly where Hot Mama Land, Land of the Free originated. Hot Mama Land, Land of the Free is an awakening journey that helps hot mamas to align with their purpose and boldly step into the life of their dreams. And you may be asking, what in the world is a hot mama? Hot mamas are ambitious, driven women who have a strong passion to make this world a better place. Hot mamas have this inner flame that cannot be extinguished. Their aura radiates with joy and passion. They lead with love. They are on a mission to light this world up one step at a time. And you better believe that their end goal is freedom. And that's where I see myself. I see myself hosting these exotic healing retreats. These retreats will take place in exotic locations outside the US. We got to start in the Caribbean. And they include healing workshops that help hot mamas to remove the labels from their past and bury the hurt. They include meditation to help them align with their future, their bright future, and releasing the things that they can't control. And also the community, being able to be surrounded by other high vibe women who want to see you winning, want to see you excelling. Hot mamas can come solo, they can bring their bestie. Either way, they're leaving with family. The idea is to host these retreats 3 times a year, March, October, and May. March is Women's History Month. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And it's also Mother's Day. Overall, just helping women feel seen, feel heard, feel supported in a safe and freeing environment. And there are so many benefits, endless benefits to becoming an official hot mama, because they get clarity on what it is that they truly want, how they envision their future to look. They learn how to recover from rejection quicker, so they're not so emotionally invested in the no's. The no's are just a part of the process. They also gain new awareness about who they are today. They are whole, they are enough, loving the skin that they're in. It also teaches them better relationships with money, releasing that negative connotation about money and welcoming more of it into their lives. And overall, waking up and winning, which is ultimately aligning with their vision. The money will come, especially when your vision is benefiting the whole. I'm here to help them take the limits off their life, help them to take their power back. Why not you? Why not? You can be, do, go, have. Why not you? And as much as I want to help my hot mamas win on purpose, I think it's important to point out what my leadership style is. And again, I never knew up until joining Toastmasters. And my top two were pace setting and coaching. Now, pace setting is when the leader expects to lead those to embrace new projects and to move with speed. The leader focuses on productivity and setting high standards of performance and leading by example. This makes so much sense because I'm always looking to do things smarter, not harder. Always looking to find the efficient way of doing things. And my second style is coaching. The leader concentrates on preparing individuals for the future by building skills and excels with individuals or groups who may not have realized their full potential. The leader motivates by challenging the individuals. And I was over here in awe, in total awe, because this is an alignment with what I want. Waking up the hot mama so they can wake up and win. And in conclusion, anything worth having takes time. There's a set time for everything. Even when it comes to hot mama land, land of the free. Oh, it's happening. And I'm so grateful to be a part of a vision that's bigger than myself. I plan to use these pace setting and coaching leadership techniques in the near future to help my mamas wake up and win. And hopefully this has painted you a better picture as to why I'm here with Toastmasters and where I'm headed. And so all the leaders who raised their hand in the beginning, ask yourself, are you leading with empathy, consideration for others, humility, and courage? Because these are just a few of the characteristics of a natural leader. And I encourage everyone to find out what their leadership style is today. And the name's Kenesha Jaleen. Thank you for your time, fellow Toastmasters.
Excellent speech, KJ. Excellent speech. I certainly enjoyed it, and a lot there for all of us to absorb. Now, Herman will do the evaluation, but we'll give him a few minutes to prepare himself. So I can give an unofficial evaluation, and anyone else who wants to chime in, they can do so as well. And listening to you, the one thing that came to mind is Tony Robbins. Now, I don't know if you ever heard the Tony Robbins story about how he got started and how big he is now. I mean, he's a billionaire from speaking. I would like to share with you a set of Tony Robbins DVDs that I have that you can listen to and get more idea of where he's coming from. Also, we downloaded a book on from Audible called Life Force, and that would be an excellent resource material for you.
I appreciate
But you just keep on keeping on and developing your story. And if you will listen to the introductory of these CDs, it tells you how Tony Robbins started out as a broke, unemployed person living in a rooming house. Who knew that you can go from there to $1 billion?
Man, gotta keep going.
Got it.
So Herman, are you about ready?
I am ready.
Well,
Okay.
I'm the general evaluator, so I'll introduce her.
Oh, yes.
Excuse me.
You are excused, sir.
Now, before we move on, should we do a vote for who was the best speaker?
Oh, we did have two speeches. No, I suggest, because we
Yeah.
put Eva on the spot.
Okay,
Yeah,
But thank you for thinking.
thanks. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to introduce the first evaluator for the speech that Kenesha KJ did for us, and that is Herman Kester.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and especially Kenesha Jolene. The purpose of this project is for the member to identify their primary leadership style or styles. This speech is for the member to share some aspect of their primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. The member will deliver an organized speech about some aspect of leadership style, choose to speak of his or own leadership styles in general, and their impact. Speech may be humorous, informational, any style the member chooses. And to start with, I would say that this was a very informational speech. I expected to hear something about Kenesha's leadership style, but her visionary walkthrough, which was part of the title, I thought nailed it exactly. What does Kenesha excel at? Well, she opened up by asking a question about who thought that they knew that they were a leader. Brought up something I'd never heard before about hot mamas, about the F word being freedom. Also having these events in March, October, and May, which happen to spell mom. How about adding August for mama? And also the new F word, freedom. What you may want to work on, there really isn't a whole lot. Maybe when you get your, maybe when they pay you for your first healing workshop, maybe a new computer. But outside of that, I mean, as far as your voice, your tone, your presentation, the slides were awesome. I loved the color. You took what Toastmasters International gives, which put you to sleep, and all you did was added color to it. I mean, you didn't have any animation in it, but they were excellent slides. You may have a job. You may have another job now, creating slides for people. And to challenge yourself, again, you did very, very well. We saw you up there. We saw your slides, your eye contact, your vocal variety, your use of words, your pauses and all that was excellent. And the other thing you did exceptionally well is, I don't know how much you've practiced this, but you were within time limit. When I went to hold up the green card, you're just getting to the two speech styles you are, but then you wrapped it up within 2 minutes. Great job with that. Clarity, vocal variety, eye contact, gestures, audience awareness, comfort level, interest topic. I will just give you a 3 on vocal variety and 3 on gestures and a 5 on the rest. How's that? I believe in giving 5s. Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you.
Thank you, Herman. Thank you very much. That was a great evaluation, and I encourage anybody who wants to send a note to Kenesha. If you want to also encourage her with your evaluation, please feel free to do so. You can direct it directly to her in the chat. Next on our agenda, I believe that Lamont gave an evaluation to Neva. Neva came and stepped in and gave us a very good speech on her dealing with Corona. And she did a wonderful job, and I'm really grateful and thankful that she rose to the occasion. So thank you again, Neva. Let's now go to the timers report. Herman, can you give us that?
Certainly. Well, the meeting started at 7:01 p.m. Table topics, which is 1 to 2 minutes. Oren spoke for 1 minute, 8 seconds. Lamont for 1 minute, 8 seconds. Elaine for 2 minutes and 5 seconds, and James for 30 seconds. Neva's speech was 7 minutes, 4 seconds. And KJ's speech was 7 minutes and 8 seconds. So those two speeches were 5 to 7 minutes, and anything less than 7 minutes and 30 seconds is acceptable. So both of you were within time. Great job by everybody.
Awesome.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you very much, Herman. Great report. Now, we tried to keep our grammarian busy, so I'm going to ask Warren if he will give us the grammarian report as well as the counter report.
Thank you, General Barrier. For the word of the day, me and Herman use it once, Lamont used it twice, and Lene, you use it 3 times. As for grammar goes, I didn't really catch anything. Everyone used grammar pretty good. As for the auditory report, the only person that I actually catch was me. I used repetitive words 2 times.
Okay.
But besides that, everyone else was clear.
Thank you, Oren. All right. And now my overall evaluation. I love the meetings, and I love the way that we are able to keep the flow going no matter what things come along. A lot of times issues can throw you off, but everyone did an excellent job of jumping in, coming up with a way that we can keep the meeting flowing. And that's what it's all about, because those type of situations are going to happen to you in real life. And we want to be able to practice our skills here, that we're able to keep the conversation moving. And I thought we did that tonight extremely well. I also am very pleased we had people come in. We had a couple of roles that were open, and Saving Grace Toastmasters came to the rescue. Thank you very much for those that came in and helped us fill the roles. We are grateful that we also had a visitor with us this evening, whom we will hear from later on after our president invites him to speak. So I want to say, job well done. Thank you, Toastmasters, for the example that you set and the encouragement that you continue to give. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Elaine. Well, it certainly has been an exciting as well as informative meeting. I'm not letting my mask get too far away from me. 90 days. Ooh. Ooh, that's some scary stuff. Okay, now at this point in the meeting, as we wind down, we want to give our awards. We give an award to the best table topic speaker, as well as to the best speaker and the best evaluator. In this case, since we only had one speaker and one evaluator, I decided to vote those 2 people in by acclamation. All those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 So our best table topic speaker for the evening is none other than, drum roll, please, James.
Yay!
And we will allow, Herman will show you exactly what prize you win for being the best speaker.
You can
And
choose
I'll
the
drop it
color
by
of
your
the
house.
pen you want, James. Can you see them?
Yes, I'll take the black one.
Okay,
All right.
Okay, I'll drop it by your house, James. Now, at this point in the meeting, before we adjourn, we normally ask our visitors just to give us their thoughts on what they thought about the meeting and how, overall, how did it make you feel? So James, since you're our only guest for the evening, why don't you share a few words with us?
Hey, well, at first I said, these people don't have anything to do. But when I heard that young lady speak, KJ, boy, she knocked it out of the park. You know, her rhythm was on point. Her convictions were steady. And she was very, very convincing. I'm ready to invest my money into her resort. So, yeah, I thank you, Lamont, for the invitation and exposing me to the Toastmaster occurrence here.
Well, good. We're glad to have you with us, and I'm glad you showed up on such a short notice. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, for our officers, this is just a reminder of two things. One is first officers meeting will be on the 11th, July 11th.
Monday.
Okay, that will be a Zoom meeting as well. And so please read over your duties and responsibilities that we discussed and we've already provided for you. Do not come to the meeting and without having done so. The second thing that I want to tell you, and this is really important, so you guys listen for it. Monday is July 11th, which is 7-Eleven Day. So if you go to your local 7-Eleven, they're giving free Slurpees all day long, okay?
You are so silly.
Hey, but it's the truth. I didn't make that up. 7-Eleven Day.
All righty then.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Our next meeting will be on the third.
Third Thursday.
The third Thursday.
21st.
Yeah. And look.
It's July 21st. Tell them the date.
July 21st.
It's on the agenda. Okay.
Okay. Is there anything else that I've forgotten? Okay,
I want to mention Toastmasters on Sunday, the 10th,
Oh, yeah.
is having its awards ceremony. And the award ceremony is going to be hosted by the district leaders of District 8. And they sent out an email to all members. So you all got it, but you may not have connected with what they were inviting us to. And on that day, they're going to serve a meal. It's going to be in Waterloo at Acorn, what is it called?
Golf
course?
links. Golf
What is it?
links.
Golf
Links.
links. Thank you. And so we are all invited and we can bring a guest. And at that award ceremony, yours truly will be recognized for my second distinguished Toastmaster. And I want to thank each and every member of this club who gave me the opportunity to come before you to develop my leadership style, as well as be able to enhance my communication Having taken that journey has opened doors for me, given me opportunity at this stage in life where I went a whole nother route from my professional world. And I am really, really enjoying what I can do to help others. Lamont and I signed up for Big Brother, Big Sister. They have called us and said they have a potential match. So things like that, all of that comes from my development of my communication skills and of the leadership skills. And you guys were all a very instrumental part of that. So if you can make it on Sunday, starts at 2:30, I will resend the announcement of that after we get off the meeting so that you can see. You can register because they're trying to gauge how many meals they're going to have. And they've got a whole program put together. They're going to give you awards out for Best Toastmaster District 8, Best Area Director, so on and so forth. And they will have what they call the DTM lineup, and they will grace all the DTMs with a medal, as well as we will get the DTM handshake from all the others. So in the church, we call it the right hand of fellowship. So this is the DTM hand of fellowship. And we're all invited, so please consider it. I will send you the details so you'll have where it's going to be, the time, and the agenda of what's going to happen. So please think about it. I'll give it back over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Elaine. So if you can go and now, I didn't hear you say it, but did you mention that this is a meal, a meal dinner?
Yes.
And that the meal is included in the price of admission?
Yes,
and
just
and
free.
and the admission is zero.
It's free. They're paying for it.
The
and they're
other F
paying,
word.
Wait a minute. I know everybody's eyeballs were this big when she said the F word. They were all like wondering if this was going to be a phantasm because I said, she got
That's
y'all
PH.
Right.
That's
She
PH.
said that F word and it got totally silent.
That's
And I
PH,
started
like
hearing noise in the
philosophy.
background. It got silent.
She can't spell it, Irma. Don't worry. Let me get my mask
Oh
on.
my
I'm in here coughing.
So I think it's a place we can have a lot of fun. You can meet a lot of
Yeah.
Toastmasters from other clubs and other areas and divisions. So please, please, please think about it. And like I said, I'll resend the email invitation where you can register and let them know if you're going to bring a guest and if you're going to attend. Okay.
Okay, Neva and Kanisha, look at your chat in case you did. I put messages in there for you guys. Okay, that being said, I will now call this meeting adjourn this meeting, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank
See
you very much,
next
everyone.
time.
Enjoyed it.
Okay.
Thank you, Herman.
Good night.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Oh, I gotta stop the recording.
Yeah.